Okay, let's do this. This is for all my German fans. I am about to get a perfect score in Germany because Google have finally updated the imagery from 2009 or whenever it was. All the old Ford Fiestas and Volkswagen Polos have gone. Well, we will still see those cars, but about 3 models newer because they've finally updated the Street View imagery. I think they have. People keep telling me they have. So it's the obvious thing to do. Play Germany with this brand spanking HD, crystal clear, beautiful imagery. Germany is a country I love. I've been there many times. I proposed to Verity in Germany in a place that looked a lot like this almost exactly a year ago. So without any further ado, let's get in there and explore this wonderful country. Okay, here we go. Ooh, there's a blur. There is a blur. Let's have a look at the cars first. This is a little trial run. How new are these cars? I don't know about this. Yeah, 2022. That's it, isn't it? I think this is check complete. I very much doubt they would have had a banner up for a festival or whatever that is 14 years in the future. So yeah, I think we can play this. Here we are in beautiful sunny Germany. I'm not going to pull out any of my German because it's embarrassing. Although it is inevitably going to happen, isn't it? Could happen right now. Kartoffeln, Gemüse, Eier. Those are not place names. They are types of food. So I'm going to move on because that is not the best way to spend my time. I'm going for a decent time here. I'm not going to be, I'm trying to get the balance right. Watschau Krug is where we are. Watschau Krug. So we know the name of the village that we are heading west from. I'm going to try and, talk you through my thought process. This isn't really a record attempt. But this is crazy. We are in the German countryside. This is quite, in geoguessing terms, this is a new experience for me. It's like being in Britain, or somewhere else that I've frequented a lot of times in GeoGuessr, just wandering through the countryside, except we're in Germany, which is great. The more the merrier. But at the moment, I'm sort of very aware that it is a big country and I might not... No, that's still nothing. I might not arrive at anything of interest, as I head west down this road for some time. I'm banking on good road signs, but they might not come. Don't think any of that was any use. Yeah, I need a main road or a big useful road sign. That was another village. Marsbühl. But in this village, are we going to get... Are we going to get a good signpost? What's this? Hurup. Riesby. Is that Rendsburg? Flensburg. Just going to have a quick look near Denmark because the names seem quite similar to Danish ones. Flensburg. Hurup. Yeah, Riesby. So we are around here, aren't we? So Hurup is south. Riesby, which way was that? Husby is east. Wiesby is 1 kilometre. Sorry about these pronunciations. Flensburger, and we were down here. Interesting. It said that was Husby, but... Right, let's get back to the start. It's worth pointing out, as I always do, that I haven't played GeoGuessr in a while. Not properly anyway. I'm a bit out of practice, but that is fine. There's the Gemüse shop. The vegetable shop. That's it, isn't it? Hofladen. Yeah. So just quickly right back to the start, and that was worth doing because we were further down the road. By that one there, I think. Yes. 1 yard away. Get in. What's the German for get in? I have no idea. Something ein. Wolfgang Bochert Weg is the little road that we are on. This seems more close to the Netherlands, I would say, that side of things. Might get some useful information on a van, but best not to stop and look at every vehicle. Best to just keep travelling. It's quite snowy here. Kaminholz. Here we go. This might have a little Halstenbeck. Kaminholz. Holz means wood, doesn't it? Like firewood. Yeah. These can be pretty useful in Austria, so I'm hoping. Halstenbecker. Right, I need to travel down this main road now. Stop messing about around here. And I'm going to go south-west. Seems like I've wasted a lot of time here, but here we go. This is better. I should have just kept moving a bit. The 23, Halstenbeck, Krapunda, Schienefeld. Only got one new place name, but I can look for the 23. Here's the 24. There's the 23. Oh, so we might be all the way up here. Yeah, we are. Schienefeld. So where is Halstenbeck? It's around here somewhere. This is quite mad. I give up on that. That is... Ah, there's two Schienefelds. There's a Schienefeld there and there's a Schienefeld there, and they're both next to the bloody 23. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. We've got to start again. That wasn't the game. I should just point out, by the way, that many of my viewers are German. In fact, you will be pleased to know that you are the third largest population nation-wise. UK, United States, then Germany. So danke, vielen Dank for watching. Please drop this video a like if you are happy that finally I can play your country properly without that limited street view that we had before. Right, let's do this and let's do it properly. No more trick locations, please. And here is that attempt, which, as you can see, I decided not to talk during for efficiency reasons. But straight away here we have a sign, a very good looking sign with Cologne, Dusseldorf, and Neuss. We also have this sign here, Theodor something Strasse, which could come in useful. But this big sign here, I mean, this is great. I've been to pretty much every place on that list, Dusseldorf, Neuss, and Cologne, cycled through them, so I can go right into the map. And we've also got the 57 motorway there, which I've identified, runs past pretty much all of those places. So it's about figuring out exactly where we are in relation to these places. I've got the compass lined up. We're looking south, which does confuse my tiny brain a little bit.
But I figure that we're probably near to Neuss. Büderich is the other place, but I haven't yet found that on the map. And it takes my sluggish self a little bit of time to... I think I'm just trying to find Büderich at this point and failing. But I zoom in a bit further. But yeah, I decide to get more information here. Go down the road, and this is where I see some more clues. In a moment, we're about to see a railway station. But these are good, just distances. Düsseldorf, 13 kilometers. But there is the railway station. You can tell there's platforms there. That sign isn't too useful because it's just telling us what places are in what direction. But here I look for the platform sign, which tells us the exact station. And it's Meerbusch. And there's another word beginning with O, Ostrath or something. And thus begins a surprisingly long search to find this station. It confuses me for a while. There are many stations. There's a Meerbusch House Meer. There are 2 or 3 Meerbusch stations here. These are further east. We're out of Meerbusch there. But I'm just kind of checking all bases, really. Checking all possibilities. I'm already getting worked up because I haven't found the right station yet. But basically, there's 2 lines. There's 2 railway lines here that run through. There's another one, Meerbusch, Büderich, Landsknecht. So at the you can probably tell on my face that I'm getting kind of cheesed off a bit here and just confused. Just thinking this is typical. Why always me? But in a moment, I will zoom out. No, I'm just discovering the other line here, the other railway line. And realising that's way out of Meerbusch as well. But there's Büderich that I've found.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
There I am getting frustrated. In a moment, I'm going to zoom out a little bit further and head west, and there it is, Osterrath. So it's Meerbusch, Osterrath is what we're looking for. And in just a second, I find it, and it's on a completely different line altogether to the 2 I was looking at to begin with. So pretty sloppy, but I know I found the station. I put the pin down in some random place, which is also way off because I've forgotten the layout of the road that I started on. And then I noticed that we are right next to the railway track, so we must be on that roundabout there. And there's the exacerbation on the face. And straight away here, we're leaving Freiburg. Freiburg. Is that the Freiburg that I've also been to in the south of Germany near the Black Forest? There it is. I'm doubting it. And we also don't have the little village of Zug, which is apparently 2 kilometers to the south. Now, this is going to prove to be another hilariously calamitous ending, really. Well, an unfair ending, I have to say. But we'll get to that. For the moment, I decide to head on south just to see if there's any sort of big roundabout here, like a big junction. But it seems, after one bend, that no, there isn't really. It's just kind of countryside, and this isn't really a particularly main road, or we're not near a main road. So I head back to the start in a second, just copying that industry over there, and I head into the town, tempted by, these billboards that can often be useful. Definitely in the Austria map. All hotels, welcome to Freiburg. So that tells me, it's quite a touristy place, maybe a historic place. So I'm still thinking that it's the southern Freiburg at this point. Well, I do for quite some time. So I'm looking at potential roads that head in from the south, but they're not really adding up. None of these roads, it just seems too flat for a start. So I head a bit further. Already I'm probably getting a bit wound up by the lack of results. But here's something. This is a big result. Chemnitz and Dresden. So completely the wrong side of the country, but at least we know where those places are. And there, it's sandwiched, nestled right in between the 2 of those places. And I think, just because I've come across this little road here that runs north to south, I think I've found it. But I'm wrong. I size it all up, and, you know, just looking for bends. There aren't many bends, but I decide that, well, I can use this. I can use this sort of industry to my right. But that doesn't really add up too much. I take a closer look, and that's a straight road. On the map, it's curved. So that doesn't add up at all. So then I look over to the next one over, the next road over to the right. First, I just check, you know, all the houses, all the residential streets there, and we definitely can't be on that street. So I have a look here. There is industry on this road, but there's no, it's not straight. It bends round to the right, doesn't it? So I'm just looking at the moment for this, for the actual factory name on either of these roads, even the one to the left. But there's no factories there either. The name of the factory begins with a P. It's, what is it? Pama. So I'm looking for Pama. That's going to be on the map, definitely. But I just can't find it. And I'm back to this eastern hand road here. You know, it's a bit better, but it can't be it. It just doesn't quite add up. And the main road isn't straight on the map. It bends. So I'm really confused at this point, and no doubt, you know, panicking a bit. Bear in mind, the village of Zug, which you can see right there on the map, is 2 kilometers south. It's just down the road. So I can't quite fathom at the moment how it can be none of these roads when Zug is just to the south. It's very odd, and the shake of the head there says it all. I'm just trying to frantically see if that lines up. I go back to the original one, which is, I mean, I'm about to check it, but it is 2 kilometers north of Zug. Does feel a little bit of a far distance, but still, it's south. It's heading south. So I just line it up. Can it be that middle road? It has to be. Maybe the map is old, I think. No, it can't be. It can't be. The map is never old. So I put the marker down, but I'm just at a loss here. Zug is just down the road. Then I start to think, well, could we be further east? Is that possible? And there we are. It's pretty clear that we are there. But I have to zoom out here and have a look. How is that the way to Zug? I mean, what's Zug got going for it that Langenrinne and Rosine haven't? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Remarkable.
Remarkable, even. Here we are. I've been rewarded here, it seems, for those testy rounds with quite an urban round here for the third one. Looks like a fairly major city. It could be, you know, looks northern, so it could be Frankfurt, Hamburg, something like that. And I'm about to find out. I almost go past that circus sign, but these can be useful. And it is Vansbeck. And that, the Beck in particular, reminds me of one of the rounds I had early on in this video. I've already got there. It was Hamburg, wasn't it? Halstenbeck in the northwest of the city. So now I'm looking for Vansbeck, and I found it. That really is a stroke of luck, you know, / a little bit of skill. So I get the road name. It's Beider, I'm too fast for myself, Beider Hauptstrasse or something. I've clocked that in the memory bank. And yeah, I know we're going east to west, so I'm kind of getting a bit cocky here, but I'm trying to find it on the map. The Beider Haupt Street that runs north, perpendicular to this main road. You know, sort of clocking things as I go. McDonald's. Then I decide, no, I think you're being too cocky. So I get back into the map, and I turn around, and I carry on, because maybe I can see a McDonald's or something of note. And there is something. It's a Shell garage. So with that bit of information, plus that, the actual road name that we're on, Ahrensberger, I start searching on the map again, confident that we can find this. I look to the north, it's not there. I look to the south, and there it is, Ahrensberger Strasse. There's the Shell garage. There is Beider Hopfenkarre, which is actually what it's called. And back to the start, I just want to make sure that we can get that Andre Atzert building or shop, and we've got it. That was a quick round. But stroke of luck there, definitely. We're in the countryside for this fourth one. But this is a welcome sign. Stadt Goch Cleeve. That means we're in a village or town called, well, a town called Gok. But Cleeve, I happen to know. It's up near the Netherlands, near the River Rhine, and I've cycled through it basically, or near to it. So we just need to find Gok, and we found it. It's just to the south, quite a big place. Crease means kind of, I think it's a religious thing, like in the parish of Cleeve. So yeah, we're just looking for roads that correlate to the one that we're on. They're all roads heading into the town. We've got to use the compass. We've got to use the bends. We've got to use this here. This is really useful. This can nail it for us. Noothgraben. Am Noothgraben. That really will, tell us for sure which one it is. And I just happen to zoom into the correct one. So the work here really is done. All we have to do now is the formalities. Just gauge the bends. It's a long sweeping bend. And then if we go back to the start, we can see the other bend, which goes to the left. So yeah, we're about in the middle. I tweak it a bit just for good measure, and there we go, 6 yards away. Final round, and this looks lovely. Another historic town. Seminarstrasse is what we're on. That looks like an incredibly historic building with Latin written on the walls. And that says Musikstube Alfeld. Alfeld, that's got to be the name of the town, right? Music shop, basically. Alfeld, yeah. So I haven't heard of it. It looks not Bavarian. It looks more northern. That's all I can figure out. I'm trying to get a glance of this sort of village notice board. And I can see that it does say Alfeld there at the top. But I can't get any other info on that. It's so tempting to try and match that little map up with the map, but that's just a waste of time with that particular map. Trying to escape this area and go north, but it won't let me, so I go, hey, let's go south. That'll do me just fine, and hopefully after just clocking those signposts, we can get to a good junction with a good sign and finish this off speedily. Does that happen? Well, that remains to be seen, because we could be far from any town I've heard of or city. And, it could take me a while if things don't go my way in that sense. Just getting tempted by these signs here, but we confirmed that it's Alfeld, but the other two signs aren't much use. Here's a junction with those lovely yellow signs, and it's great. We've got Hanover and Nordheim and Bundesstrasse. So, and that's pointing to the south. That general direction is telling us that Hanover is south. So I'm looking to the north to try and find Alfeld, but quite typically this takes me a while. Sometimes the signs you can't really judge it on the direction that they are pointing. So just for more information, I decide to look at these signs. Let's get more towns. Let's overload the brain even more. Lamspring and Horsam are the two extra towns that I'm scanning for now. All at once, of course. Starting in the west over to the east, but on the northern side, just scanning for any 3 of those towns, 4 of those towns even. Zooming in a bit closer to Hanover, because sometimes you can get the distance a bit wrong in your head. 42 kilometers, how far is that? I'm used to miles. But nothing is popping up, not even really far west or really far east. And I'm just thinking, this is great. This is going well. But then I look to the south, and of course it's there. Alfeld, I find it straight away. I see Seminarstrasse quite early on as well, but I need to go back, of course, and just line this up. It's heading north to south, roughly. We do have this historic building. Surely that's on the map. There it is, Stadtmuseum Alfeld. We've got to be there. But where's the Musikstube? Is that on the map as well? I have a look in just a second. But of course it was in the south. I mean, it does happen. Way more than it should. There we are. We've got to be on that junction. Just double checking, and there we go.
That was good. That was a good game in the end. I'd say overall that was about my 10th or maybe 12th, 13th go, but lots of those just starting again if the first round was taking ages. That particular game, though, was a lot kinder than, a lot of the attempts that came before it. By that I mean, let's view the results first. See how long that actually took. There we go. We've got a gold medal for Germany. 15 minutes 20. That's not too bad, is it? I was hoping for around that time. That Hamburg round, Westerbeck, really made the difference. There it is, nice spread, mainly northern though. But yeah, a lot of the games I was playing, I was in the countryside, I was in the middle of nowhere, or I was in a small village, much like you usually get in France, where there's no major town or city anywhere near you, no autobahn anywhere near you, and unless you've got insane knowledge of Germany and its geography, which I haven't, then it's going to take you a while. In this case, it was Hamburg, Chemnitz and Dresden signposts, Hanover signposts, Dusseldorf signposts, and this Cleve one, I know because I cycled, basically along the Rhine many years ago, nearly 10 years ago now. Anyway, yeah, great game. Really hope you enjoyed it, especially the German viewers. Let me know in the comments how it felt to see me explore your marvellous country. Were you pleased with the locations that popped up? Maybe you Southerners, you Bavarians won't be so pleased, but maybe you can let me know if you want me to try again and better that score and hopefully get some Southern locations. Until then, thanks for watching. Do drop this video a like so we can get this out to more German viewers and beyond. And I'll see you for the next GeoGuessr video. Dankeschön, auf Wiedersehen, and take care.